Hey guys, Dr. Philip Cordova here with Core Chiropractic. Today we needed to talk about imbalances. People often want to find out how they got hurt or how they got bad in the first place. I had a patient come in the other day that could barely walk. I mean, his mid-back pain was so severe that he was almost in tears, really trying to hold it back, could barely talk, could barely get down on the table. All he had done that morning was press the elevator button when his back seized up on him and he couldn't move. So in his mind, he's saying, I didn't even do anything. I don't know how this happened. Well, obviously pressing elevator buttons is not dangerous. Let's hope not. Instead, it's got to be a gradual buildup of everything he had been doing up to that point that caused him to have this problem. So what we're looking for is imbalances. Because the only way you hurt your spine, the only way you have a problem is that you're either going to have some sort of a trauma. So, fall down some stairs, slip on some ice, get in a car accident. These are all traumas that you would know if you had one. Or it's going to be a daily buildup of all of your activities. So some of the daily buildup that you might have is just the most obvious, working at the computer. Or right now you're looking at the phone, and I highly doubt that you're sitting there with perfect posture, looking at your phone and managing your entire spine correctly and having great posture. Instead, what's going to happen is that you're hunched over and you're spending more and more time hunched over. But these have become more obvious now. We've found that we're raising up our computer screens, we're trying to sit right in the car, or maybe we're holding up our phones, but we're still having some of these same problems. And so I've had patients come in where they go, I swear, I'm not doing anything wrong. My computer is perfect. I've had an ergonomic expert come in and take a look at it. I bought this car because I fit in it perfectly, and I know my car is fine. And I stopped sleeping on my stomach. Instead, I'm on my back and I've got the right pillow, but I'm still having this problem where I've got this pain down in my lower back, or I've got something going on in my neck. And so what I explained to them is that what you're looking for is an imbalance. Somewhere in your life, somewhere in your daily activities, something is imbalanced. It's either too imbalanced front to back or imbalanced right to left, but something is imbalanced. And it's going to be something that you do either repetitively or something that you do for long periods of time. It has to be. That's the only way that this could possibly happen. So when I say that to people, they look, and I say, I guarantee it, if you really search your day, you're going to figure it out within a day or two. It's going to be something that seems so benign that there's no way that could be causing the problem, but it in fact causes a problem. So a couple of examples. I had a patient that she had recently moved her desk, and she's sitting there at her computer, but to her right is an open doorway. She did not have this open doorway before, but now every time somebody walks by that door, she turns and she looks, and she turns and she looks. And she started counting that and realizing that she was turning and looking 50, 100 times a day to the right, and only to the right, and eventually caused an imbalance in her neck that she started having more pain and problems. So her solution was to turn her computer so that she was now looking out that doorway, and so she could easily see who was walking by without having the pain and without having to turn her head to the right. More recently, I had a guy that low back pain over and over again. He doesn't exercise a whole lot. He doesn't work at a computer. It was a complete mystery to him as to what could be causing the problem. Eventually, what we sorted out was that he has a dog, and he likes to play fetch with this dog. And every time the dog brings the ball back, he bends down on his right knee and picks up that ball over and over again. Maybe 50 times a day, he does essentially a lunge only on the right side over and over again, and eventually that caused a twist in his pelvis and caused things to go out of place. And then the last one was a lady that she swore up and down she was doing nothing. When she came in and she goes, I figured it out. I know what it is. She said, my son has a toddler bed. I sit down in his bed and I twist to the left and read him a story every single night. I will spend 30 minutes to an hour in that twisted position every single night. So it only made sense that she was eventually going to have low back pain and have that problem. So take this time, the next day or so, to look at your activities and try to figure out things that you may be doing that are imbalanced and try to correct that. It could be turning your desk, it could be just taking a different position, and you'll be able to get some more balance going in your posture. If you absolutely cannot undo that thing, let's say you're going to have to work at the computer, or you have to use the laptop and the laptop's just not set up properly for you, or you're a golfer and you're always going to do something one-sided. Now the next step is to talk with your chiropractor about ways that you can counteract that. What are some exercises I should do to help me go the other way? What are some stretches I can do to undo this activity that's imbalanced? Because it's the imbalances that get us. And so if you can figure out what's imbalanced in your spine, what's imbalanced in your posture, what's imbalanced in your daily activities, you can make all the difference in improving your posture. Until then, see your chiropractor and continue to try to be healthy. Thanks. Have a great day.